Budget Day. The Treasurer dips into debt to fund a $2 billion train and tram revolution.
A world-class, modern, clean transport system.
South Australians are among dozens arrested as authorities smash an internet child pornography ring. Police find the drug lab fuelling an eastern suburbs crime spree. And a flood of sewage forces workers from Telstra's Adelaide headquarters.
This is Adelaide's National 9 News with Rob Kelvin and Kelly Nestor.
Good evening. A $2 billion decade-long plan to electrify and expand Adelaide's rail network is the surprise packet in today's state budget. And Treasurer Kevin Foley isn't apologising for whacking the cost on credit. Political reporter Tom Richardson begins our budget coverage with the first phase of the rail revolution.
A project billed as a once-in-a-generation transport overhaul. $648 million over the next 4 years will lay the foundations.
And Tom Richardson joins us now from Parliament House. Tom, how would you describe the budget?
Well, Kelly, it's effectively steady as she goes. A generally well-received budget, but there are some sharp edges. And to discuss them, I've got Premier Mike Round with me now. Premier, how are you going to find the cuts necessary in the public sector without resorting to redundancies?
So there'll be absolutely, I can rule that out, no forced redundancies whatsoever. But what we're doing in this budget is really investing in infrastructure for the future. I mean, for instance, when we got the economy right, and we've now got 87,000 more people in work than when the Liberals were in, when we got state finances back with surpluses every year rather than the Liberals' deficits, I wanted to then see if we could revitalise our public transport system.
Well, public transport is really the nub of this budget. Take us through the plan for the next 10 years.
Well, the plan is essentially that we will basically take the tram all the way down to Port Adelaide, to Semaphore, and of course also to West Lakes and Amy Stadium. So this is a coast-to-coast tram line, but also electrifying the main railway lines as well.
And with so much discussed about public transport in the last 2 years, why has it taken so long to reach this stage now?
We had to get the finances right, and first of all we're spending 52% more on every school student. We're spending 60% more on health. I mean, brand new hospitals, revitalising existing hospitals. So basically it's as we get stronger financially, stronger economically, we can invest more and more in infrastructure. For instance, a $1 billion desal plant got the tick in this budget as well.
Premier, thanks very much for joining us, and transport very much at the centre of this budget. To hear about the reaction, let's go to Will McDonald.